What is up, y'all? It's me, Daria, and we are here for week 1 of the MBC. And this week, for the first time ever, I am up against Ellie and the Shanghai Dragons. Ellie is a wonderful person, a very creative team builder, and a psychopath battler. Which, you know, she's a woman after my own heart in that regard because I am very much the same. So this should be, if anything, an exciting battle. Very much looking forward to it. She does have a terrifying team. Also, her information will be down below. If you don't subscribe to her channel already, go check it out. She makes fantastic content. She has unmatched energy when it comes to her videos. So definitely check her stuff out if you haven't already. But let's talk about her team. So she has a terrifying gouging fire, a Greninja, which is really good into my team, particularly if it is a physical variant, which is what we will be expecting. Dunfan, a Terra Mew, which is very unpredictable and very difficult to plan for. Tinkaton, Rotom Wash, Overquill, Terra Whimsicott, which can be really annoying as well, Ambipom, and Spiritomb. So that's our team. Couple thoughts about the team. I think we have a pretty good matchup as far as speed tiers go. Again, physical Greninja's kind of a problem for me. Now, I do have some ways to stop it from just beating me, but it's still going to take out 1 or 2 Pokemon at the very least. So it is a little spooky. Gouging Fire is always something that you have to be wary of. It's a very terrifying Pokemon. And it's just like, what kind of moveset is she going to bring, right? Because Terra Mew can do so many different things. I really didn't know how to prep for it. So I'll just get into our build here. So to start, I think our best lead is going to be Rotom Heat. It does a few different things here. First of all, it's Choice Scarf, so we should be able to outspeed pretty much anything. I'm hoping that she leads with like a Greninja or a Tinkaton, maybe trying to get up some hazards. If she leads with Greninja, she's probably not going to expect me to outspeed, and there's a chance I could just catch her with like a turn 1 Volt Switch and just kill her biggest win con. So that would be really, really nice. Also, like with Tinkaton, we threaten it out because of Overheat. We can see what her switching for this is. If she brings something that wants to like try and set up on turn 1 and just apply pressure, we can trick on that and kind of lock it into its setup moves. We also have Foul Play to try and punish like a Dragon Dancing Gouging Fire. I just think this is a really, really solid offense to bring into her this week. So that is my dedicated lead into her. Also worth mentioning, she really, really likes the hazard stack. So I do anticipate a hazard lead, whether it's a Greninja. She's got so many Pokemon that can set hazards here. It could potentially be like a Greninja, Dunfan, Mew, Tinkaton, or Overquill. I honestly like this lead into anything but like a Dunfan, but aside from that, I think this is pretty much our dedicated lead. Next up is Perseverance, our Iron Treads. This isn't anything too crazy. We just have rocks and removal along with Earthquake, which hits most of her team pretty hard. And like the things that doesn't hit hard want their items. So like a Rotom Wash doesn't want to get knocked off really, neither does Whimsicott, because both of those things want to like maybe trick something onto you to be annoying. Or like maybe like Whims is like a sub Leech Seed Lefties set, getting rid of those leftovers, or even like a healing item or a reduced berry on Rotom. Like any of that can be really good for us. So I think just having like just some standard utility on this with Earthquake, Knockoff, Rapid Spin, and Stealth Rocks is really good. We also have a Rocky Helmet because Ambipom was a bit of a problem for me in Mox, and adding a Rocky Helmet to this really mitigated what the Ambipom was able to do. So that's the idea with this. Next up is Clefable, and this is really where we got creative this week with Moonchild. Again, still on the fence about this Pokemon, but we're gonna give her a chance to kind of win me over this week. But I got my fucking eye on you. You better not let me down. We have Power Herb set. It is unaware. This is my dedicated Gouging Fire check. Now we can get fucked by a Gouging Fire a couple different ways. One is like if she brings Manual Sun with something, then this no longer checks Gouging Fire because Sun Boosted Fire moves just destroy us. If she's Choice Banded, we at least know what she's locked into and we can pivot around that accordingly. And if she is anything else, I think Moonchild could pretty much handle it. So my hope is she is not Boots and she's a Dragon Dance set, because she'll take that shit coming in, and obviously we ignore the Dragon Dance. We can Thunder Wave to paralyze. If she tries to like switch out and scout what we want to do, we catch something with a Thunder Wave. Maybe like a Tinkaton, and then we can Flamethrower on the following turn. Or, depending on the situation, we could just raw Meteor Beam right into the Gouging Fire, which after Stealth Rock Chip just kills. Moonblast is just good stab to cover everything else. So that's what we got going on with Moonchild here this week. Next up, we have Umbreon, Cat's Eye. We have Inner Focus, so we prevent ourselves from getting flinched. We have Rocky Helmet, so we can get chip on things that are like physical attacking. I had a Choppleberry on this originally, but like in all of my mocks, it never activated. My item was pretty much always getting knocked off, or things were just U-turning on me, so I figured Rocky Helmet would at the very least punish the U-turns or the knockoffs. Foul Play is to like kind of like punish like a setup Mew or a Gouging Fire, even like a Swords Dancing Greninja really doesn't like taking a Foul Play back in its own face. And we have enough defensive investment to where we can live like a +2 low kick from a Greninja and just kill it back with a Foul Play. Also, we can Baton Pass for momentum, we can Yawn to force her to switch things out, and we have Wish to support the rest of our team. Next up is a potential win con, but this is really more of a breaker this week for us. Amuamua, our Dragapult. It is Infiltrator, so we can avoid any type of screen shenanigans, or even like any type of subs. We don't have to worry about those. And we're Specs. Again, not super creative, but like Specs Dragapult is like a classic breaker. The things that can switch into a Shadow Ball don't want to switch into a Draco Meteor, and Flamethrower hits everything else hard. So we can U-turn out for momentum if we're able to get our Self Rocks up and just slowly wear things down until we can just sweep with like a Shadow Ball or Draco Meteor. But our idea is really just to break so that we can clear the way for our win con, which is Quasar, our Terra Captain. It is protective pads, so we can avoid like Rocky Helmet Chip because we are going to be triple Axle. It also prevents us from getting burnt from like a Burning Bulwark for a Gouging Fire, or on the off chance she decides to run Poison Point on Overquill. Close Combat plus Aqua Step kind of like rounds things out along with Swords Dance. Obviously with Terra Ice to get the boosted triple Axles. And yeah. That's our build for week 1. I think we have the stuff to win. I am a little worried because I really think this is just kind of going to be a slugfest, honestly. Like, it's just going to be like who can, I mean, I know every battle was like who can kill the most mons first, but like, I don't anticipate there being any like stall going on. It's just going to be like who can take out like the biggest threats fastest. That's basically what it's going to come down to. I imagine we're probably going to be like preserving sacks and stuff like that and trying to like position ourselves for our win cons, but I think we have what we need. I just got to make sure we wear things down enough so that clefable can pull it off. And yeah, also if you were into the like space stuff that I was talking about in my team or in my draft analysis video, stick around for after the battle, because I'll be doing my very first little mini video essay post battle. We're going to be talking about something. At the time I'm recording this, I haven't really decided what I want to talk about yet. It's probably going to be determined based on how the battle goes. If like a certain Pokemon stands out to me, I'll probably just go into a video essay after the battle about their nickname and kind of like just some fun stuff. If you don't care about that, that's fair too. It'll be timestamped down below if that is something you're interested in though, and I will catch y'all back here for the battle. Okay, we are here for the battle. Good luck, have fun to Ellie. Hopefully this is a good one. Okay. So she has Gouging Fire, Tinkaton, Overquill, Rotom Wash, Spiritomb, and Greninja. Okay. Alright, so I know the plan originally was to always lead Rotom. However, seeing Overquill and Tinkaton here makes me think that she's for sure either going to lead with one of those two to either get up rocks or toxic spikes, because Ellie is super horny for hazards. So I think I actually need to just lead Iron Treads here, because I can punish either of those things pretty well, actually. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lead Iron Treads, and we're just gonna try and punish her hazard lead. Okay, here we go. Fuck. Okay, so she leads Rotom Wash. I look like a fool. Leading Rotom Heat would have been great into this. Leading Scarf Rotom Heat would have been so good into this. I mean, I would have been able to just Volt Switch, right? I would have been able to just Volt Switch and get some chip. I just got what she wants to do. If she leads with this though, so she probably either Hydro Pumps here. She could Will-O-Wisp. Or she could set up screens. I wouldn't be surprised to see like lead screens. I'm tempted to go Dragapult, because Dragapult doesn't really care about any of those, but on like the off chance that she does like a crazy like turn 1 read and clicks Thunder Wave, I really don't want to go into Dragapult, because that would be very bad for me. So I think I'm just going to go into Umbreon here. I think that's pretty safe, and we'll be able to just scout what she does. Trick. Yeah. Okay, that's a really, really good turn for her. That's a extremely, extremely good, and it's Sticky Barb. Okay. So that's a phenomenal turn 1 for her. And her getting Rocky Helmet's really annoying for me. But it could be worse. I'd rather get a Sticky Barb, I think, than like getting like a Scarf Trick onto me. So we're just gonna yawn here. That's fine, we'll eat that up. And then we'll yawn whatever she goes into, which, I don't know, could be a number of things. Maybe like Overquill to try to get up T-Spikes, or Tinkaton. Probably Tinkaton, actually. Nah, that's Overquill, okay. Alright, so I reveal I'm Inner Focus and not Synchronize. She reveals that she's Intimidate and not Poison Point. We get the yawn off. She can't stay out. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and Wish here. I know we're not really making any progress right now, but like the Sticky Barb is just kind of annoying. So I think I need to Wish here. I need to keep this a little bit healthy. At least healthy enough to like pass a Wish or two off into some teammates. This isn't going to be able to check anything effectively anymore because of the Sticky Barb, but I can at least be annoying with it. What's she going to here? Yeah, that makes sense. So she can... You know, I'm tempted to just yawn again. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to yawn again. I'm going to keep being really annoying with this thing. I want to get healed back up. You know, I need to keep this thing relatively healthy so I can be annoying with it. So we're just going to yawn and get healthy again. We're going to eat this. Yeah, no problem. And now you're yawned. Okay. On the off chance here she tries to get greedy and she clicks Volt Switch, I'm going to go Hard Treads to try and block that. She probably swaps out Hard because I might have Protect. But on the off chance... Okay, so she does switch out. Yeah, that's fair. That's a smart play. Big X. Okay, so she goes into Gay Sex, which is the Gouging Fire, obviously. Alright. Yeah, because it's a great nickname for this. Okay, so... clicking Earthquake is tempting, but I'm just gonna click Stealth Rocks and get up my hazards. Yeah. What'd she go into? Rotom Wash. Yeah, that makes sense. But we get our stealth rocks up, so that's good. So we actually made our first bit of progress of the battle. Alright, so we know you are Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, Trick. I think I might go Pull here. She Hydro Pumps, we'll eat that, no problem. I don't imagine she wants to take damage on this, right? She could Thunder Wave. I don't know what that fourth move is still. She could Thunder Wave. I can't risk that, so I got a U-turn, because we're not going to kill this, right? We're not just going to kill this here. Unless it's, like, super offensive. Maybe we kill with a Draco, but I'm not risking that. We are going to take some Rocky Helmet Chip here, because she stayed out. So maybe we see Thunder Wave come out here. I think she either Thunder Waves or slow Volt switches out. So I'm tempted to go Perseverance, but I think Rotom Heat's the better play because I think that forces more progress for me. Because, like, if I go Perseverance, then what am I doing on the following turn, right? Nothing. At least with Soul, I can Volt Switch. Okay, so she Volt Switches out. We eat that. No problem. It'd be really cool if this baited out the Greninja. It would be really, really cool if this baited out the Greninja. Because, like, she's probably expecting this to be, like, a physically bulky set, so I can check the Gouging Fire. Right? She goes into Overquill. Okay. I'm tempted to Overheat here, but I think I might just Volt Switch into Perseverance on the T-Spike. Volt Switch into Perseverance, but what if she clicks a Water move? I'm sure it's fine. She's gonna click T-Spikes. She always clicks T-Spikes, right? That's good damage. Honestly, if I clicked Overheat there, that might have just killed. Alright, yep, there's the T-Spikes. Like I said, the woman is horny for her hazards. Alright, so Rapid Spin's obvious, right? She goes into Spiritomb here. So the question is, do I want to knock off or do I want to EQ? Probably knock off, right? Because if it's like max Fizz Def, I don't think I'm doing much either way. And at the very least, I could knock off its item and be annoying. She doesn't leave this out here because it just dies to an Earthquake. And I imagine she saves the Intimidate spam for later, especially with clefable lurking. Yep, that's the Spiritomb. And there goes your Citrus Berry. All right, cool. We'll take that. And that thing is bulky as hell. That thing is supremely bulky. I don't want to get Will-O-Wisped here, right? I absolutely do not want to get Will-O-Wisped. I go into Cat's Eye here, and then I get poisoned by the T-Spikes. I think that's okay. Because then I could Wish. And then probably get clean into something else to heal up. Maybe the Dragapult? Maybe this is where I take my chance to heal up my Dragapult. She clicks Toxic. She clicked Toxic into an Iron Treads. She is a crazy person. She clicked Toxic and Iron Treads when T spikes were up. She is. That was such a crazy play. What were you trying to catch? What were you trying to catch? My Rotom? Yeah, okay, whatever. We'll wish here. Hopefully we die. X. That probably won't kill us, actually. That did more than I thought it would. It was a crit. Okay. Yeah, I think thanks to that crit, we actually die here. So that crit actually helps us. Yeah. So now I want to heal up the Dragapult. The question is, do I go hard Dragapult now? Or do I go into Rotom Heat to try to force her out and then Volt Switch into Dragapult? I think I just go Pult. I think I go hard Pult and just Draco Meteor. I think I just go hard Pult here. Because Draco Meteor is killing from here. Because this thing's Fizz Stuff. She can't kill me with anything, right? Even if she Shadow Sneaks, we eat that, barring a crit. And even then, we might be okay. I'm tempted to click Shadow Ball here, but I don't think that kills. I think we have the Draco. We're just gonna Draco here. Okay. Yep, we eat that up, no problem. This should kill. Yep, she gone. We get healed up. So that's a really, really good turn for us. That's a very good, that's a turn that we needed. We really, really needed that turn. Because now we're fighting back a little bit, right? Because right now she's like kind of in a commanding lead. But we're at least making it interesting now. That's the thing about fucking Dragapult, is this thing can snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. So, that's what we're gonna go for here. Okay, so that's the Grin. It's Boots, so we know it's not Scarfed. But we're -2, so she doesn't care. What do we do here? Do I go Quack? No, because I mean, maybe. She doesn't click a water move. I think I need to preserve Quack here, because, yeah, I think I just go Rotom on a Dragon, or on a Dark Pulse. I think I go, it's either a Dark Pulse or a Swords Dance. Either way, I think this is better for us. Okay, so it spikes. We didn't see Protean pop off, so this is Battle Bond. So I'm gonna just Volt Switch here. Hopefully she stays out and I just pick this thing off, but she's too good of a player to risk this being Scarf, so she'll switch out for sure. Just a Scout. Also, the way I went hard into this, right? Like, that probably telegraphs that I'm Scarf. But like, what do I do if I go Quabble? And I guess Quack might have been better there, honestly. It's hard to say, because I'd like to spin before I go Quack, because I don't want Quack to get poisoned. Okay, so she goes Rotom Wash, so we're gonna get some good damage off on this thing. Yeah, that's wonderful. Now I'm tempted to go Pull here and try to threaten a kill, but this might be a better opportunity to just spin with Treads. I know that she could just click Pump and kill me, but I think giving up Treads to get rid of hazards is worth it. If she misses the Hydro Pump, even better, right? Because then I can pivot from there. And no, I'm gonna Rapid Spin here, so I'll be faster, and then I can just kill with Knockoff. Hazard's gone. Can we get a miss here? That's fair. That's fair. I mean, we don't want this game to be hacksy, so that's fair. We already got a crit that benefited us, so A missed Hydro Pump would have sucked for her there. So you can just pick up a kill and grab some momentum maybe if she does switch out on the off chance. So this is gone. Good. I think now I will go into Paul. I know I'm gonna take Poison Chip here, but like no matter what she goes into, because now that we know it's Boots Gren, no matter what she goes into, like I'm getting a kill. Okay. I think I can kill this with, obviously I can kill this with Draco, but that lets potential teams run in for free. So I think that I just Flamethrower here. I'm gonna Shadow Ball. I'm worried that it might not. So I think we're just gonna Flamethrower, because I know Flamethrower for sure kills from here. Jaguar Jets for a little chip. That did a lot. Crit. Okay. That's why I did so much. Alright. We'll see if that crit matters later. I doubt it will, but we'll see. That poison chip is racking up. That might be like an extra turn of poison that I can't like kind of, which is kind of like it's a wash. Let's be real. It's a wash. Oh, that's not Boots. That's not Boots. Okay, that's great. That's great. Anyways, the crit was a wash because of the crit that I got earlier from her. That was beneficial for me. So, yeah, I just go Clef here. Clef is like, I literally brought this for Clef. Burning Bulwark. Maybe she doesn't know that I'm Specs. I thought she'd know that I was Specs from the damage on the Spirit Tomb. But if she knew I was Specs, I don't think she Burning Bulwarks there, and it is lefties, which is interesting. I think we just Thunderwave though. Sub. Yeah, of course it's sub. I should have known that. Lefty's Burning Bulwark. I should have at least suspected it might be substitute. I think I should have just raw fucking Meteor Beam there. That's a bad turn for me. Probably a little misplay. I don't think it cost me the game or anything like that. Because, like, she still can't set up on me, right? Because I'm a fucking clefable. So, I think I'm tempted to Moonblast, but this might be bulky enough to where it might not break the sub. So I need to just Meteor Beam, because that will for sure break the sub, and then I'll be +1, and then my Moonblast can break the sub, no problem. So, we're just gonna Meteor Beam. Iron Head, yeah, that makes sense. And she gets the flinch. Okay, well now the hacks tips into her favor a little bit. But whatever, flinches happen, right? Not the end of the world. We'll just click Meteor Beam again. We just need to break through this one time. Hopefully I don't miss the Meteor Beam. Just don't miss. Or get fucking flinched again. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, that's... Well, now I just fucking die. Now I just fucking die. Whatever. Just fucking die. Be gone. Be gone, Clefable. You're trash. I'm done with this thing. I shouldn't have drafted you. I should have fucking took an Amorous. As soon as this battle's done, I'm dropping this and I'm picking up an Amorous. I should have just drafted Enam. I fucking looked at this matchup and I was like, oh, I could build a Clefable to 1v1 a Gouging Fire. That's fine. And then here we fucking are, just getting absolutely fucking dunked on. It's a bad Pokemon. Clefable's a bad Pokemon. I'm done with you. Okay. Now that I'm done molding, let's go into Dragapult here. We're infiltrators, so we don't fucking care about your sub bullshit. We'll just hit you right through it, right? She's gonna Bulwark once to let the poison chip run off. So we'll lock into Draco because we have to. Take our poison chip. Now the question here, right, is does she go into Tinkaton? I think she does, right? Because I think she's got to know that I'm locked in. So she goes Tinkaton here, and just lets me take more poison chip, right? That's the play on her side. So I just double into Rotom Heat. Right? Now show me Tinkaton. Dragon Tail, you stayed out? We're just gonna give me this? She was just gonna give me Gouging Fire? She didn't forget about Infiltrator. There's no way she forgot about Infiltrator. I think she just fucking made a soul read there. That was a really aggressive read. That was a really, really aggressive read on her part. I think that might just won her battle. Especially because now I'm going to take more fucking chip on this thing. And I can't click fucking Draco Meteor because she's just burning Bulwarks again. So I have to go into fucking Rotom Heat again. On the burning Bulwark. And then I'm going to foul play and probably not break the fucking sub because it's a fucking Gouging Fire. And the frustrating... Okay. At the very least, if I break the sub, then I know it has no HP investment. But, like, if I don't break the sub, that still doesn't really tell me anything, right? Because, like, it could have bulk. It doesn't have to be max HP for this to be a roll and not break the sub. Like, that's the thing, right? It doesn't have to be max HP to not break the sub here. Because I don't think this is fully physically... Or the attack investment... Based off the damage it was doing, yeah, see, look, this isn't... Yeah, it doesn't break the sub. It doesn't break the sub. If this goes in a fucking pull, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay. At least it gave us fucking Quack this time. Okay, so now the question is, okay, so I can't Swords Dance. I really want to Swords Dance on a Burning Bulwark here. I really want to Swords Dance on a Burning Bulwark here. But she could just Dragon Tail. And then, like, I've made no progress. So I kind of want to triple Axle because I'll at least get some damage off on this, right? That'll not only break the sub, but it'll, like, get some damage off on this. And then I might be able to gauge, like, how much investment this has. I was really hoping that first one would break the sub. Fuck. I don't think that doesn't do much. But I really don't know if I can fucking gauge the HP investment off of one fucking triple axle. Like, is this max HP? It might be. Well, Palt's fucking dead now. This is... I gotta hand it to her. Like, I've never seen a Gouging Fire set like this, and it's beating my ass. It's very frustrating. It's an extremely frustrating Gouging Fire set. Okay. Alright. Well, we've at least broken this sub now, so I will go into this, and I will trick my Choice Scarf onto this, so it can't do this annoying bullshit anymore. And then the only beneficial move that this can click, because it's tricked, is Iron Head, which it can't touch Quack then, right? And she doesn't want to click Choice Scarf Dragon Tail, because that's silly. So that's not going to protect you from Trick. That's not Protect. So she has a scarf now. Because she got the bulwark off first, though, I don't think that she's actually locked in. But I also don't think she wants to click. I don't think she wants to lock into Dragon Tail here. I kind of want to Volt Switch, to be honest. On the off chance she does Dragon Tail here, I can't Volt Switch because I don't want to take more damage on Quack. So I think I have to foul play here. Okay. She might go Tinkachun now, actually. Yep, there it is. Okay. We'll get a little chip on this between the rocks and the foul play. This definitely is in range of overheat, but she's gonna outspeed. I don't think she can kill me with anything unless she brought like coverage for the Rotom heat. But she probably gets up rocks here. Yeah, there's the rocks. But that's fine, because that's not doing much to Quaquaval. So I'm gonna kill you. Oh, this end game is gonna be so weird. Like, what kind of coverage does she have on the ground? Does she have a way to kill my Quaquaval at +1? Maybe if she has Grass Knot, but she has to respect potentially me clicking Ice, Terra Ice. Yeah, I can't go hard Quack here, so I think I just Volt Switch on the off chance she does something weird. She just Dark Pulses, that makes sense. So she's gonna pick up the kill, she's gonna get her Battle Bond. So she's Pulse and Spikes with Boots. Alright, here we go. I need to live one of whatever she clicks here. Hopefully she doesn't click Grass Knot. I'm just gonna close combat, because like that's the only way I kill. Even if I Aqua Step, she outspeeds me because she's +1 speed. So I just gotta close combat. Hope I live with enough health to live an Iron Head on the next turn at -1. Ugh, this is sketchy. This is real sketchy. I don't like it. Alright, so she clicks Dark Pulse, so we don't get flinched. We kill the Greninja. We're -181. I think we can live an Iron Head here. I can't Terra, though. I can't Terra. Her other move is Dragon Tail, but she wants to go first, so she doesn't click that. I really wish I would have been able to fucking figure out what this thing's investment is, because this entirely like comes down to what her EV investment is. Because if she has a lot of HP investment, then she doesn't have enough EVs to outspeed me. But I don't know for a fact that she only like she could still be moderately invested, but still have enough speed to outspeed my Quaquaval. And she has a Scarf, so even if I click Aqua Step here, she's gonna be faster than me. So I think I have to close combat, but if she's max HP, this isn't going to kill. Oh, please be fast. Please be fast. Please be fast. No, fuck. I should have Aqua Stepped. I should have fucking Aqua Stepped. Oh my god, it feels bad. It feels kind of like a throw. Did I have enough information to make that call? I don't know. She fucking won that turn. She fucking won this game on the turn. She fucking won this game on the turn where she, like, read me going into fucking Rotom Heat. That was a fucking soul read. Good game, Ellie. I mean, it was close. I at least lived up to the hype in that regard. I think I could have played a little better, but, like, she made an insane read on turn 1 with the trick and put me in immediately on my back foot, and she just kind of had momentum for the rest of the battle. And the read on the fucking just catching my Rotom Heat was so bad for me. Anyways, great game, Ellie. I hope I get a chance again, maybe in playoffs or something. Yeah, we'll be back shortly for our little post-game video essay. So hang out for that if you want to learn about the moon, because that's what we're gonna fucking do. Because clefable's gone now. So yeah. So before I jump into this, so I went ahead and decided to drop clefable. Y'all probably could tell during the battle, and I even mentioned it during my draft analysis. I was already very like on the fence about clefable, and when I got back-to-back flinches on my first game of the year, where I literally drafted a Pokemon to like counter a weak one gouging fire, and it just fucking failed. That was like all the verification that I needed from the universe that like the clefable is not going to work for me. So I dropped it. I picked up an Amorous. In order to make it work point-wise, I also had to drop my two 2-point mons, which were Swalot and Dodrio. So I am more sad that I didn't get to use those than the fact that I'm actually dropping clefable. But I am picking up Gloom, which I think has some interesting matchups throughout the season. So I am actually going to bring the Gloom. It's going to happen. I mean, it can basically do everything that a Vileplume can do, just without the effect spore, obviously. But it's a little bulkier than a Vileplume, actually. And then, also, I got a Cacturn, which can do some fun stuff. So, that is what you have to look forward to. But for this first little video essay thing, since I am dropping clefable, who is a certified fraud, let's talk about the moon.
Yeah, Skips, it's time for you to go to the moon.
How much do you really know about the moon? Sure, you probably know it has phases, and you're probably aware of its relationship with the Earth's tides. I'm sure that many of you know that humans first landed on the moon in 1969. Nice. I'm willing to bet that many of you even know the most popular theory of the moon's origin. A Mars-sized celestial body smacked into the Earth 7 billion years ago and knocked some debris loose, and over time it formed into what we currently know as the moon. Again, this is just a theory. This is not proven fact. Wait. Some of you didn't know that? I mean, okay, that's fair. I mean, it's difficult to calculate exactly, but some astrophysicists say that the chances of something planet-sized smacking into the Earth is somewhere around 1 in a trillion. Yeah. Considering that the Earth is only like 4.5 billion years old, that's fucking crazy. That's like a 995,500,000,000 year difference. To put that into context for you like Pokemon people out there, that'd be like if you missed 12 straight Draco Meteors. If I miss, I miss. Just don't fucking miss. Actually, when you put it like that, I guess it's really not that crazy. Pretty plausible, actually, especially with my luck. That was probably a bad example. But still, mathematically, that is what it works out to be. And just try sometime when you're bored. See how long it takes you to miss 12 consecutive 90% accurate Draco Meteor. It'll take a really fucking long time. You might not ever get it, because it's a 1 in a trillion fucking chance. Very unlikely. Now, there are some flaws with this theory, aside from how crazy unlikely it is. One of the biggest flaws is that if this is how it formed, it would have had to have been after years of rings of debris slowly formed into a sphere, and I mean like millions of years. Theoretically, this sphere should orbit around Earth's equator, like other moons in the solar system. But it doesn't. It doesn't. Its orbit's like tilted at a 7-degree angle. And one theory that actually explains the difference is the fact that our moon is the closest moon to the sun. So if you didn't know, Mercury and Venus actually don't have a moon. Sorry, y'all. So it would stand to reason that the sun's gravitational pull has an effect on the orbit of our moon, pulling it ever so slightly off a typical orbital pattern. But strangely, the orbit is also almost a perfect circle, which you would think because it's so close to the sun that it would be a little more elliptical. In fact, most other satellites in the system, in our solar system, do have an elliptical orbit around their planet. So the fact that ours is almost a perfect circle is also another strange, weird anomaly about our weird ass fucking moon. Another fun fact is that every year, if you didn't know, when the moon is at its furthest point in its orbit, it gets 5 centimeters further away from her. Kind of think that that's probably from the sun kind of pulling on it. I don't know that for sure, but it would stand to reason that is why it's happening. Basically what I'm trying to tell you is the sun is trying to steal our moon. What a fucking asshole. Come on, sun, what are you doing? We need that. Anyways, let's talk about some interesting facts about the moon. Let's start with like the crazy astronomical coincidences that have to do with things like its size, its orbit, and the distance from the Earth. The first thing is the size. It's exactly a quarter of the size of the Earth, which is insane. That's like not a thing anywhere. There's like nowhere else in the known universe where like the moon is a quarter size of the fucking thing that it's orbiting. In fact, to give you an idea of just how crazy that actually is, in our solar system, the second biggest relative moon to a planet is actually Triton, which is a moon of Neptune. And it's only 5% the size of Neptune versus the 25% like respective size the moon is to the Earth. That's a 20% difference. That's fucking massive. It's not even close. It's not even close. And another crazy thing is because of the size of the moon, the orbit, like the perfect orbit, and the distance that the moon is like from Earth to the sun, like between it, like is this perfect total eclipse, which again doesn't happen anywhere else in the solar system. It doesn't happen anywhere else in the solar system. Our moon is the only moon in the solar system out of all the moons, and there are a lot of moons in the solar system, that has a perfect total eclipse of the sun. It's crazy. It's crazy. So let's dive down this rabbit hole even deeper. The next crazy thing about the moon is that it's fucking hollow. Like, for real, it's hollow. Like, we just found out this last July that there are lava tubes all over the moon. Which means it's just filled with fucking caverns of just like empty caverns. It's just a big cavernous moon, which is weird. You know, like what do you think's going on with that? What do you think? Do you think maybe something might be? You know what? We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about the next weird thing about the moon. It's largely made of iron. It's like mostly made of iron. We found that out in 2023. That's a recent discovery. There are lots of other very rare metals that make up the moon, like scandium, yttrium, and I'm probably fucking these up, and I'm sorry if you're like really smart about like metals and minerals and stuff and I'm mispronouncing these. I am not a scientist. Let me like disclaim all of this by saying I am by no means a scientist or an astrophysicist or an astronomer. I am just a girl that thinks space is really neat. I just think it's really cool. And those metals that I mentioned are like metals that we use to like create computers and smartphones. There's also like beryllium and lithium, zirconium, and all kinds of fucking things. There's like aluminum, titanium, calcium, uranium. Some of these are like super, super durable. In fact, they're like some of the most durable metals known to exist. Two of those in particular being titanium, zirconium, and they can be found in abundance on the moon. Which is kind of crazy for my next theory that I'm going to talk about, which might be another explanation for how the moon came. Now, hear me out here. If the moon is made up of iron and a bunch of highly durable metals that don't really erode, maybe it was constructed. Maybe a super advanced alien species took a moon somewhere else in a distant universe, hollowed it out, and turned it into a fucking alien base. So maybe the moon's fake. Maybe the moon is completely fraudulent, like our good friend clefable. And I'm not, like, this isn't me just being a crazy person. This was actually a theory suggested back in 1970 by two Soviet scientists. Their names were Michael Vasin and Alexander Sherbakov. Hopefully I said this right. Probably didn't, but I did my best. They were part of the Soviet Academy of Sciences. This is literally ancient astronaut theory, folks. There's just so much about this to talk about. When rocks from the moon were studied, we actually found that the rocks taken from the surface of the moon are older than samples taken from underneath the surface. Think about that for a second. That's like the opposite of what you would expect. How is that even possible if not from the moon being excavated? Now, I know some of you might be thinking, well, you just told us about impact theory. Wouldn't that like kind of be an explanation for that? You know, like if two giant bodies smashed into each other and knocked the insides onto the outside, wouldn't that explain that? Maybe. However, if that were the case, wouldn't Earth also have a Mars-sized section on the planet where it's just super ancient rocks that are on the surface and then it gets younger as it goes down? No, we don't have that anywhere. It doesn't exist anywhere on the planet. Additionally, there are radioactive elements found on the moon that don't occur naturally, like anywhere. I'm talking about uranium-236 and neptunium-237. Uranium-236 is only found in spent nuclear fuel and reprocessed uranium. It has a half-life of 23 million years, which means that when we found it, it had to have been left there or occurred there somehow, sometime within the last 23 million years. Otherwise, it would have decayed into something else. And in the grand scheme of things, that's not that long ago. And it gets crazier when you consider that neptunium, which we've also found on the moon, neptunium-237, has an even shorter half-life of only 2 million years. It's crazy to think about. And you can only find neptunium-237 when produced in nuclear reactors. What the fuck? Why were these found on the moon? That's like so weird. It's so fucking crazy to think about. Sorry, I'm getting really worked up. So, like, due to the insanely coincidental metrics of the moon size, orbit, and distance from the Earth, there are lots of people that actually believe it's an observation. It's like there's literally aliens chilling inside of the moon, just like watching us, like we're fucking zoo animals, like watching how we develop as a civilization. I think if we're going to truly entertain the idea of the moon being like an alien base, we should maybe consider the fact that instead of being extraterrestrial, maybe, just maybe, it's from a terrestrial civilization that existed on this planet millions of years ago that like advanced to a point to where they're like, we're just gonna fucking go. We're just gonna go out into space and maybe we'll go to the moon. Maybe we'll make a base there and just kind of see what happens to the Earth after we leave. I know that sounds really crazy, but like ancient civilizations that like predate what we know as like developed human civilization, like we find evidence of that all the time. We keep finding these like underwater civilizations. Like, where are these coming from? And like look up Göbekli Tepe. If you don't know about Göbekli Tepe, go look it up. Like every single time scientists claim to know like how long humans have been around in like a developed society, we find more evidence that pushes that timeline back further. It's constantly happening. And then like the last thing to kind of support this theory is that there are like entire civilizations and cultures that have record of a time before the moon even existed. Now I know this sounds a little out there, but there are some Arcadians that claim, and this is like, I'm talking like ancient Greek civilizations that claim to have seen the birth of the moon and have stories of life before the moon ever existed. This is confirmed by a series of Greek philosophers. It's a long list, and I would really butcher the pronouncing of some of these names, so I'm not even going to try. But two that you might recognize are Aristotle and Democritus. Now, while Aristotle did famously believe the Earth was round in a time where that was a very hot take, the rest of these dudes, including Aristotle, thought the Earth was the center of the universe. So maybe take this with multiple grains of salt. I have also heard of other stories of civilizations and that have myths or religions that kind of explain where the moon came from and a time when the moon didn't exist. But like, that's like a really deep rabbit hole, and I'll just leave that up to y'all to investigate because I've been ranting about this long enough now. But I would suggest you maybe starting with the Anunnaki. If you've never watched an episode of Ancient Aliens, look up the Anunnaki. It's interesting stuff. So, let me calm down for a second. Now that I got super weird on y'all, let's reel things back in. Okay, not that close, back up. Okay. There is a more practical, recent theory that has been announced called the binary exchange capture theory. That kind of checks off more of the boxes and explains some of these more strange anomalies that we know about the moon. So, like, some researchers from Penn State are now starting to say that the moon was actually once part of something called a terrestrial binary, which is just a pair of large, rocky celestial bodies that orbit one another. And at some point, what they think happened is they got close enough to the Earth to where the Earth's gravitational pull just kind of yoinked one of them into its own orbit, and then yeeted the other one out into the Kuiper Belt. The Kuiper Belt, by the way, is the belt of like icy rocks and stuff that's like beyond Neptune, not the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. That's a common misconception. I'm talking about like where Pluto's hanging out. That's the Kuiper Belt. This theory explains like the moon's tilted orbit. It also explains why we found rocks on the moon that are literally older than the Earth. You heard that right. There are rocks on the moon that we have found that are older than the Earth. Fucking weird. But this does explain that if it did come from a terrestrial binary system, maybe it pulled something from like the Kuiper Belt in, and that's where it came from. It's just been here since before the Earth existed. Who knows? Like, this is what they think is the best explanation for that isn't a fucking alien base. There are some flaws with this theory, though. The main ones being that in order for this to work mathematically, a terrestrial binary system would have had to have come within 80,000 miles of the Earth, which is really close cosmically speaking, and at a speed below 6,700 miles per hour, which is like a snail's pace, again, cosmically speaking. To give you like a good idea of just how slow that is, I said 6,700, that's 6,700. The Earth moves through space at 67,000 miles per hour. That's like a whole other zero. That's like a whole extra zero. So that's a lot. That's a substantial difference. This does seem to be the only theory, as I mentioned, that really explains the majority of these strange mysteries and anomalies around the moon, but like it doesn't explain everything. The only thing that explains all of the strange shit is an alien base, which is crazy. It's crazy. I know it's crazy, but like at the end of the day, like we just don't know how the moon got there. Nobody does. Nobody actually knows. And anyone who claims to know otherwise is just full of shit. They're just wrong. Like, all we have are theories. There's no concrete scientific evidence to verify any of these theories whatsoever. I'm just really here asking questions. I mean, after all, if we're not asking questions about the universe we occupy, then what the fuck are we doing here? You know, like, come on, y'all. So, yeah, that's it. That's my rant. That's it for my first little video essay. Let me know what y'all think. If you thought this was cool and interesting, let me know. You know, if you thought it was dumb and boring, that's fine too. But I want honest feedback on this. Let me know if I should keep doing this. I put a lot of time into my research for this, and even more time into the editing. So, like, if you thought it was bad, I won't do these anymore. But if you thought it was interesting and cool, I had fun doing this. I had so much fun researching this and learning more about the moon. So, like, I would love to do more research on this weird space shit and share it with y'all. And if that's something you're into, cool, I'll keep doing it. If not, that's fine too. Just be honest and let me know. Most of all, if you're still watching this, I want you to know that I really, really appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing y'all back for week 2, where we are facing off against 6-foot Hax and his Carolina Haxorus. Until then, I will catch y'all later. Bye!